Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gora Hari, Jaya Sachinandana, Gora Hari. Gora Hari, Gora Hari, Gora Hari, Gora Hari. Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori. Jaya Goranita, Jaya Goranita. Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jagannatha, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gora Haribol, Nitai Gora Haribol.
अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की, नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौड़ भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिर गोवर्धन की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namaste Narasimhaya, Daladadadai, Hiranyakashipurvaksham, Shilatankanakalai, Nito Nasimha Parato Nasimha, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha, Bahe Nasimha Hridaye Nasimha, Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapate, Bhavakara Kamalavarena Akuta Sindha, Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvrinda, Keshavadita Narahari Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narasimhadev, 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 Jaya Narasimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की, जाओ तुम्हारी.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you all for coming. So today is Mother's Day, and we have a special tradition here at ISKCON Chicago on Mother's Day. So send in the children. So every year we gift roses to all of the mothers in the congregation. And if you're familiar with the Vedic conception of mothers, it's a very broad definition of who is a mother. So there are actually 7 types of mothers. So I'll just pause while you do your thing. And just a request, 1 rose per person. Okay, and just a request to the children with the roses, don't forget about the people serving downstairs as well, since they also need roses. And the gift store, and the lobby. Now back to our regularly scheduled announcements. This Friday, February 17th, that's this Friday, February 17th, there is a festival in honor of what did I say? I am so sorry. Time travel's amazing. May 17th, Friday, at 5 p.m. To celebrate the appearance of Nrsimha Dev. So a very special form of Krishna who appeared to protect his devotees, and we'll hear more about that, I'm sure, at that festival. So it's a fantastic, it'll be a fantastic time. It's this Friday at 5 o'clock. Also, if everybody turns their head to face Srila Prabhupada's what's called Simhasan, this wooden structure, you'll notice it might look a little different. The gold leafing project has officially started. Haribo! So I hope we can all agree that its beauty is enhanced even more as a fitting offering to ISKCON's founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. And the plan is to also do similar decorations on the altar for our resident deities Sri Sri Kishore Kishore, Jagannath Baladev Subhadramani, and Gauranitai. So if you want to get involved to take a to participate in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, there's a table in the lobby where you can learn more. Also, standing in the back in the red sweater, Yamuna Jivan Prabhu, if you could just raise your hand to indicate. So he's leading a course that will be June 8th, 9th, 15th, and 16th, called the Disciples Course. So it's a fantastic course. He's a fantastic teacher, and it's a great way to understand the relationship between the teacher and student, so the guru and disciple, Srila Prabhupada's place in our movement, and other topics that are of essential importance for any spiritual practitioner. Also, registration is still open for Krishna Camp, which is June 17th through the 21st. So if you have questions, actually his wife is managing that, but I don't think she's in the room, so... Oh, you are there. Okay. So she's right here, so you can learn more from her. All right, and then to introduce tonight's topic, called Go Ask Mom. So we're doing something a little different this time. First of all, I'll invite the 5 panelist speakers to come forward. So when we talk about Mother's Day, there's, sorry, I'm just going to drop my phone. The tendency is to look at it from a very, let's say, black and white perspective.
There's mother, there's birth child. But in the Vedas, for example, the Vedic conception of mother, there are 7 different mothers. Let's see if I can remember them all. If not, please help me. There's the birth mother, there's the guru's wife, there's the brahmana's wife, there's the cow, there's Mother Earth, there's the wet nurse, and there's the queen, yes. Yes, the queen. So the leader's wife. And one thing you may notice in this temple is that a lot of people refer, especially to the women, as Mataji, which means mother. So when we're talking about Mataji, when we're describing what Mother's Day is from a Vedic conception, we just thought it would be kind of neat to hear from the many types of mothers from the perspective of Vedic understanding, from the perspective of Krishna consciousness. So just quickly introducing Sri Radhika Mataji, Sri Guru Charana Padma Mataji, Krishna Archana Mataji, Nanda Vrindavan Mataji, and Himangi Mataji. So the format is, there are a series of questions which will be posed to the panel, and just due to time constraints, we're not going to have an ask from the audience section of this, so if there are any burning questions and you feel like one of the panelists may particularly be able to address these questions, just approach them afterwards. They're all wonderful people who are happy to speak with you. And just a request also to the panelists, so we have 50 minutes to go through this discussion. So just a request, if we can keep our responses insightful, fresh, but also succinct. And so not all of us will be speaking for every single question. That's fine. Speak as you're comfortable. It's an exercise really meant to be a dialogue engaging the entire audience. So you can take with that as you like. So I want to thank all 5 of you especially very much for this. And we'll open it up for the first question. What does it mean to be a mother? And Sri Radhika Mataji, I'm going to call on you to start. And then if any of the other panelists would like to add or comment, just because we only have 2 microphones, we'll just have to try and communicate, but I only call on the first speaker.
What is to be a mother? To be a mother, you have to give 110% to yourself, to your kids. I mean, complete surrender to Krishna, but at the same time, it's part of your duty as a devotional servant from Krishna to take care of your own kids and raise them because they're young, and you have to plant the seed by through your example, you know, how you teach them, about Krishna consciousness, read to them. This is what I used to do with my kids. I used to read every night about Krishna stories, and then teaching them, the philosophy about being a vegetarian, and teaching them how to become a leader but not a follower. You need to think
think part of my understanding of the life is that you can never understand the full somebody's efforts. So sometimes children even criticize their parents, but they don't know who was parents went in their life and started giving them self. Many people see that. So there's a few ways sometimes to understand like how the man could feel. Of course, also it's not possible to understand the way the mother was to deeply child. So it's a wonderful, wonderful role to be a very loving
that an expectation I had that everything that I did before being a mother, I have to still do everything and make sure, like for instance, the house has to be clean and, etc., etc. I think we know what that means. And I realized that that's a misconception, like, just Krishna accepts us the way we are, and he understands that being a mother is a challenge and it's a learning experience and you grow over years. And if you're not perfect, or like these adjectives that we have, like perfect and, you know, good, bad, it's all in our mind. Krishna doesn't see us like that. He just accepts us for who we are. So I'm now in a very nice space, even with my failures and with my successes, because I can see that Krishna accepts me the way I am, and motherhood taught me that.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to the next question, which kind of ties into that. What is a challenge faced in your service as mother, and how did you meet that challenge? And let's start with Sri Radhika Mataji. No handing off this time.
The greatest challenges I face in motherhood are my own anarthas, because Krishna gives so much autonomy to a parent over the living entity. It's one thing when I go to Northwestern University and I share Krishna consciousness and I walk out of there and they're on with their own life and I'm on with, you know, it doesn't affect them the way it affects a child that has been placed in my care. So Krishna gives something very special to a mother, and it's such a heavy responsibility because the child's brain patterns are forming and you know, you're molding. It's like putting clay in your hand and you're molding. Of course, there are previous samskaras that the soul carries from different lifetimes, and yet there's a lot of autonomy in this service. And so the anarthas, in other words, the impurities of heart that I carry, whether it's anger or envy, those I find to be the biggest challenges that affect my service.
Thank you. Like, yeah, it's really a wonderful opportunity to be mother, and just it's really wonderful how Shradika said how Krishna is given this opportunity, and you can see how you can help the person grow, molding him, and not only like being the mother, but also when you work with kids, and you can really feel how Krishna like give you this opportunity, and he trusts you in that. And for me, when I had my child, the most difficult thing was that I realized that I cannot do all the things which I used to do before. I got my child like late in life, so I used to do so many things. My day was pretty balanced, and I knew I can chant, then I can help other people, I can do my service, I can take care of my guru, but it all changed. And my difficulty was to accept that I need to change my schedule. And then the other difficulty was not to do it properly, and it affected my health. So I always talk about balance, taking care of yourself first after that experience.
Well, this question I would have preferred to answer with another question having preceded it, but since the microphone's landed up with me, I have to make a leap. This question of what challenge did you face and how did you meet that challenge? So my particular role, taking into account this particular body and the abilities that came with it, has been in educating. So the form the education has taken for me is that I'm very intrigued by exploring the thinking world of children. So in the classroom setting, I have the children actually engage in philosophical inquiry based on stories from the scriptures. So since I haven't had a chance, as I say, I would have preferred another question to have come first. So the leap I'm going to make of what challenge I face, actually it's interesting, the challenge has never been with the children, the challenge has been with the parents. And why I say that is parents have a certain concept that, particularly with Krishna conscious education, children are going to have the same experience that they recall their learning experience was like. So most persons grew up in a kind of classroom where rote learning was the norm. So the teacher acts as the knowledge giver and the child is the passive receptacle. So going back to the question of where the challenges come, because parents are holding this concept of learning, when they know that their children are going to be going into to get a spiritual education, they feel a little anxious because they think, oh, it's philosophical subject matter, so it's probably even worse than their experience of how they had to go through learning and rote learning. So they always bring this concept that learning has to be fun. So why I say this is a great challenge as an educator is that it's based on the concept of their experience of learning. So because I'm approaching education, spiritual education, from a different paradigm, which is that the child is actually bringing the questions that are of interest to them based on a particular story that's been explored. So the philosophical dialogue that ensues is based on what's of interest to them. Actually, there's no need to make extraneous endeavor to make it fun, because what I've discovered is that children have an inherent excitement about philosophy. And in fact, their participation in a philosophical dialogue setting is actually wholehearted. So the challenge is truly with the parents. Because their experience is visibly one of excitement, perhaps I'll get a chance in this panel to speak a little bit of the method of education, but that's a challenge. The parents are coming with a misconception based on their own experience, and it doesn't actually tally up with what the child is experiencing in their Krishna conscious philosophical dialogue. They truly are wholeheartedly enthusiastic. So.
Thank you. And we'll move on to the next question. This one will start with Himangi Mataji. Who is your biggest scriptural inspiration, and how has that shaped you in your service?
It was hard to pick because there's so many. Actually, this is one question I had to really think. But my two big role models have been Gaur Mohan De. Though strictly speaking, he's not from the scripture, but he's Prabhupada's disciple. But we have Lilamrita. So in that, Prabhupada mentions how at a very early age, his inspiration, Krishna conscious inspiration, was watching his father do what he was doing, and how his father encouraged him in all his little endeavors. And actually at a very young age, Srila Prabhupada wanted to worship Radha Krishna deity, so he was given those deities, and very lovingly he would take care of those deities. But when he went to college to study, there was a time, like any students, all of us have experienced that in our lives, that it becomes very busy with studies and other responsibilities, and Prabhupada could not worship his Radha Govinda deity. So he kept them in a box and kept them away. And his father saw that, like, my son has stopped worshipping. And Prabhupada did that, saying that, I'll come back and worship you. But he just had to manage it, show that how balanced Prabhupada was. But also Gaur Mohan De, whose only desire was that Prabhupada be a devotee of Radharani, he didn't get disturbed that his son kept the deities, in a box and kept them in a cupboard for some time. He was very confident that he gave him all the spiritual education that he had to give him, and that he knew that his son would eventually reconnect with his deities. That had a very profound impact on me, because it's very natural for children, especially who are born in devotee families, to take up the process when they're very young, because it's so natural to the soul. The kirtans, the philosophy, just the lifestyle is so easy to adapt. But as they're growing up and they're interacting with the outside world, of course it has its influence, and sometimes positive and sometimes not that positive. And I have to keep reminding myself to take shelter of Gaur Mohan Day and be, confident that just the way he had confidence in Prabhupada, I need to be confident in my own son. And the other quick example is Sachi Mata, Lord Chaitanya's mother. She lost her husband when she was young, and then her son was young too, Lord Chaitanya, and at one point Lord Chaitanya decides to become sannyas. And it was very hard for her because he is the Supreme Lord. And she, as a mother, she was attached to him, and he had a young wife, and she didn't want him to become a sannyasi. But she eventually gave his permission, and that actually taught me that while there is this natural attachment to one's children, because they are children, there has to be a certain kind of detachment. So it is detached love. There has to be love, but there has to be the detachment. If that detachment is not there, when the right time comes and the kids are ready to take the next step in their lives, it will be very hard for parents to let go and interfere with the growth of the child. So these two personalities taught me very deep lessons in my parenting.
What inspired me is Mother Queen Kunti, because he teach a lot of how to surrender, taking care of the five Pandavas, and patience and tolerance and service, with her the five Pandavas, and also it help me also have more faith and love for Krishna, because sometimes being a mother, sometimes it's just hard time also, especially when they grow up, when you have two kids that different mind. One is equivalent of 10 child, and one is equivalent of, so it teach you a lot. So Mother Queen Kunti is my, my ideal.
Like, there are many examples in the scriptures, like Mother Yashoda is an example of amazing dedication and love, pure love. So when I think of Mother Yashoda, of course, like, just I would like to be able to develop this quality of love towards Krishna and also towards the child. And also Mother Kunti, so many qualities, of course, love, tolerance, how she was always blessing her children, and her blessings also, like Krishna was saving Pandavas, but also Kunti's blessings also were saving, because blessings of the mother are very powerful. And also one of my favorite examples is Mother Devahuti, mother of Kapila Dev. What I really loved about Devahuti, how when Kapila Dev was born, Kadamuni went to the forest and she was able to take care of her son herself. But then when Kapila Dev showed his qualities, his divine qualities, being a mother, she was able to open up and get the wisdom and knowledge from him, from not losing her motherly role, and at the same time accepting the knowledge. So it was really amazing quality, how with our kids we should take care of them, and we are senior to them, but at the same time, when they are wise, we can accept that wisdom from them. And also, I love Srila Prabhupada's mother very much. And I just can't remember the name, it's amazing right now. Rajni. Correct. Yes, I think we should all, and I'm really grateful to Srila Prabhupada parents for giving him birth and care that we can have him. And I remember how Rajni, how Srila Prabhupada's mother was, every night she was praying to Krishna for Prabhupada. And it really gave a great example how the prayer can be so powerful.
We'll move on to the next question. So this one will start with Krishna Archana Mataji. Thinking of the 7 categories of mother given by Srila Prabhupada, which category made the deepest impact on you?
I think I sort of answered that one a little earlier, but I can touch on it again. That it's Earth, because Mother Earth has provided this body for me, and the particular existence of this body has allowed me to particularly look at, it's my personal area of interest in how concepts are formed. So I've taken that particular understanding and I've tried to apply it, taking my whole consciousness and my convictions related to Lord Krishna, particularly to the activity of learning and teaching. It's, I guess, I'm answering the question as to how I'm utilizing what's been given to me. My particular concern with how I'm trying to use this body with its mind, its ego, its intelligence in this lifetime is to have an impact on what learning looks like, particularly for children. And I'm interested in this because there's a particular view of learning that a student principally has to rely on their own intelligence and also on their own motivation in order to learn. And a different view, which is more one that I adhere to, is that learning in the classroom setting is an area in which one can explore the way one is thinking, and one can look at the way one is constructing meaning, and one can also look at the way one is seeing the world. So I genuinely want children to have that kind of experience of learning. And in effect, children are functioning as knowers. Means that they're actually souls themselves that are utilizing the subtle contents of the body in order to inquire into the philosophical ideas of Lord Krishna. And this for me is a very extraordinary opportunity to use what material nature has given to me, this particular body. And so I'm particularly concerned that if learning and teaching are to be related to Krishna, then that part of the subtle body of the children means the way they're experiencing the world through the senses, the way they're organizing their thought processes rationally, and how their actions come to be governed according to the standards that gets imbibed. I'm particularly interested that all of that subtle aspect of their functioning gets suffused with consciousness of Krishna. And so it means that the mind, the intelligence, and the ego all have to be addressed in the classroom setting. So for myself, I'm using what Mother Nature has given to me to particularly try to make the classroom a place where the philosophical ideas of Krishna can be explored through philosophical dialogue that the children engage in. Because in effect, this kind of inquiry into the ideas that Krishna is presenting is actually inquiry into the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, and it's actually a means to move forward in their journey to purify the mind, intelligence, and ego. So I'm very grateful that material nature has provided me with this body. So, long response. My apologies if it took time.
No, it's fine.
I'll take doctor and nurses. To have a child, you have to make it sure that they're gonna be healthy, strong, develop nicely, so they can grow up, service to Krishna, preach, and, and healthy, serving Krishna, and become a good devotee someday.
So one of the categories that we earlier listed out is wife of the Brahmana or wife of the spiritual master, and I wanted to personally acknowledge Hemangi Mataji that has played that role as the teacher, the mentor in our life, not only mothering us, as little babies in Krishna consciousness. They were our, first exposure, 15 years ago to what it means to be a married person, what it means to be Krishna conscious, and not only raising us in Krishna consciousness, but I think she presents a very good example of a mother that has made a very successful transition of becoming a friend to a teenager. It's a very difficult transition that I think a lot of us see, I haven't yet gone there, but I think I'm going to struggle with it. But here's a very nice example of a mother that has, shifted from that mother to a friend hat. Of course, mother too, but I think you understand what I'm saying, very successfully. And also wanted to acknowledge just the mothering way in which, she acts as the temple president here. I mean, just, a lot of us experience that mothering, nurturing, even as a temple president. So for me, out of the 7 mothers, you've been the most inspiring. And besides that, also Arudha Mataji, who some of you know, she's the homeschooling guru. She's been my mentor for 15 years and changed my entire life because I'm homeschooling, following in her footsteps.
Say her name again, I think it was.
So her name is Arudha Mataji. She's going to be here in July with her 2 illustrious sons, and she's going to be sharing about Krishna conscious homeschooling. She's an amazing devotee.
Thank you. I think it's a difficult question because like Earth, like for me, Earth is a mother which gives life to everything. But actually I was also thinking about Hemangi. I was recently talking to someone here because you're really a big mother for so many people. It's not easy to have your own child and play the role of the mother. So I would like to ask everybody to bless you with good health and energy, and Krishna give you the blessing to be able to do the job.
I think we'll have to move to the next question or else she'll never speak again. No, but actually, so this will be the last question for the panel, and we're going to start with you, Hemangi Mataji, which is, what role can others play in supporting your service? I'll repeat that again. What role can others play in supporting your service?
I already have that support. That's the beauty of a Vaishnava community, because everyone's goal is the same, and everybody is on this path. It's a process, and I want to thank Sri Radhika and Sri Guru, who have been good friends, and your kind and encouraging words. That's a wonderful support. It's not easy to be a mother, and to top it, it's not easy to be a temple president in ISKCON. But it's not been that difficult for me, to be very honest. When men do this service, it's very different. And when I, as a woman, I'm doing this service, I get a lot of support and encouraging words like this. You know, it means a lot. So I think every mother needs, once in a while, reassuring words, encouragement, and support in their services.
Mine is the help of other devotees. They will become uncle and aunt with the kids. You know, sometimes the mother cannot really chastise much with your own kid, but the uncle or the aunt can do it.
Microphones here. So the role that others can play in supporting one's service. Yeah, it's an interesting one because generally, because again I'm dealing with education, the experience of the child is not the experience of the adults because they're not physically present in the classroom. So what I think for me personally is very helpful is if the parents accepting that the teacher's taking on a great deal of work and thought for every single class that takes place. Means that, you know, prior to coming into the classroom, there's been many hours of thought that have gone into coming with some prepared discussion plans for exploring and clarifying Krishna conscious concepts. And why the teacher does this, and I guess I'm expressing it because there's that, I guess, yearning in some sense that parents just understand there is this incredible amount of thought and work that goes into teaching. The real purpose of it for myself as a teacher is to strengthen the spiritual intelligence of the children. So if the parents are accepting or just understanding this particular point, there can be that sort of tacit support, implicit support of the work that's been performed. And, there can be an acceptance that actually the teacher is aiding the children to think or improve their reasoning ability. And they can also be confident that the teacher is helping the children in the discussion analysis to learn to reflect and even giving space for their own speculation because it's necessary in order to understand concepts or Krishna conscious philosophical concepts. So I guess there's the desire that the parents are understanding that the teacher's sole motivation is to actually nurture the child such that they're providing an environment where that the children are able to work in Krishna consciousness. So even for a teacher to formulate questions for the children to be able to learn to discern the significance of the question in relation to the subject matter is, requires a good amount of work and thoughtfulness. So this kind of, I guess, work that's done is with the idea that Cognitive skills are being strengthened on the part of the child, helping them to learn discernment, helping them to be consistent in their discourse. And why I'm highlighting this is this kind of training actually is building moral character in a child. Because when one has to learn to discern and to learn to be consistent in one's views, one is actually being able to discern the underlying moral component. So it's a very a delicate work, and so support is needed in accepting the role of the teacher, or the role the teacher's playing. Yeah.
Thank you, Krishna. So nice to have you as a teacher for our kids. Like, I think many in community associate us with like holistic kind of doctors. Like my husband does massage, and I've been always also consulting devotees and in lifestyle. We are certified life coaches. So what support, and I still feel like my service, our service to the community is help devotees with balancing life with health. Yesterday we gave a workshop in Moksha Yoga on achieving your highest potential. And it's so interesting. I also did Vedic charts yesterday, and for ladies like wanted to see it more, it was more again to take care of themselves than to really do some work, and that was the achieving of highest potential. And sometimes like people get in touch with us for counseling when they're in crisis, and it's harder to help, and it's obviously you feel bad that the devotee going through so many difficulties. So support for us would be then devotee is so precious, and the lifetime of devotee is so precious when he can come closer to Krishna and help others. So what will help us is when devotees really like take care of their health, of their emotional health, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Like when you think your diet is not good and your emotional health is not good, you're tired, go to take help. Don't wait for crisis, because it's wonderful to be in a wonderful community of devotees who are blissful and happy and healthy.
Well, I guess to sum it up, it takes a village to raise a child, so let's be a village together and raise all these children that we see running around everywhere. There are like hundreds of them, crawling everywhere. So let's give them all nurturing and love together.
So I want to thank you all. Let's give another hand for our brave panelists. Thank you very much. It was wonderful to have this opportunity to hear from all of you, and I'm sure many of us in the audience also would have wonderful things to share, and so I hope that this has been either an inspiration for all of us, or a validation, or a new source of insight, or at least a renewed sense of appreciation for all of the people that touch us in so many ways in our lives. So thank you again. No, we have no time. I'd mentioned up front, if you have individual questions for the speakers, you can go up to them, but out of respect for everybody's time, we had to cut that part out. I'm sorry. So if anyone's here for the very first time, we have a special gift for you in the guest services table. Otherwise, we invite you to take part in the feast part of the Sunday feast, which is through these double doors and at the top of the stairs. And if you have questions for the individual speakers, they'll be around here for at least a few more minutes, so please take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Krishna Prishtaya Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Vashacha Deshetarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kishore Kishori Jaya, Kishore Kishori Jaya, Kishore Kishori Jaya, Kishore Kishori. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nityangoda Harimol Nityangoda Harimol
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Start. जय किशोर किशोरे 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 जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hariba, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bol, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Gauranga Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Ribo Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
twinkle the hat.
Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga. Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
बोलो 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे ओ राम हरे हरे ओ राम हरे हरे ओ राम हरे हरे Ram Ram Hare Hare Oh Ram Ram Hare Hare Oh Ram Ram Hare 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 Oh Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna